We need to find a way to publicly fund research on what is going on with Rent a Girlfriend. Because, bro, chapter 3, first of all, before we get to talking about the chapter, we got to talk about the series as a whole. How on earth does a romance anime have 380 chapters? That's one. Two, how do you have 380 chapters and nothing happens? Like, I've never seen a manga go on for so long, yet nothing happens at all. I'd understand if it was like a comedy, right? It was like a weekly thing. Each week is this new, separate, standalone thing. No, this is a continuous story that evolves. Like, it's getting to a point where I have to question, does the mangaka himself have some kind of dirt on his COO, CEO, president, whoever of Kodansha or whoever, or Weekly Shonen, whatever magazine it's in? He's got to have some kind of dirt on him, because this is insane. Just to put that into perspective of how little Rent a Girlfriend has progressed in 380 chapters, chapter 380 of Naruto, Jiraiya was out here fighting the 6 paths of pain. You know how deep in story of Naruto that is? You know how much stuff has happened and went down in 379 chapters leading up to this? In One Piece, we're in Eni's lobby. What is happening in Rent? What are we doing in Rent a Girlfriend that warrants 380 chapters, bro? This is insane. JJK didn't even have 380 chapters. Like, I'm just so flabbergasted on how long a manga can go without progressing at all. I'm just shocked. Now, before I start bashing the chapter and you know, going too far gone, I must say the art, the designs, the season 1 opening of the anime, they're all great. I will say that. He is a phenomenal artist. Next story, no more writing. Oh, and by the way, I'm talking as if 380 is the end. Like, no, there's no end in sight, by the way. It's going to keep going. We're talking about chapter 400, 410, 450, 500. If it reaches chapter 500, you know, we're going to have to start having some really serious conversations about what is going on over at Kodansha. But for now, I'm not letting it rock. I'm making this video for God's sake. But, bro, 380, nothing, still going, no end in sight. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, so let's break down this scene right here of this panel chapter right here and explain why people are so mad and why this is such a big deal. So, basically, this girl, Rent a Girlfriend, it's the name of the show. She's a Rent a Girlfriend. She can rent her to be a girlfriend, which, you know, hey, it is what it is. You make your money how you make it. Who am I to judge you? But like, it's kind of crazy, sis. But anyway, you can rent her for money to be your pretend girlfriend. Self-explanatory. Then your typical anime nonsense happens, you know, misunderstandings, shenanigans, you know, it's anime. You're gonna get some usual tropes. This dude, Kazuya, is a bit of a squirrel in my pan, if you get the reference. To her, it's kind of crazy. It gets anyway. He starts to develop feelings. Now, it took him a long time to actually vocalize said feelings. He has internalized it for a long time. Like, I'm talking like that one dude from Monsters University where it took him an entire year just to make it to class. Like, that's like you thought I was joking about 380 and like barely anything happened. Like, yeah, I was being dead serious. Like, barely anything happened. But hey, we finally got to this point. Things are actually moving, you know, pretty decent. He actually confesses, right? Wow, amazing. She rejects. All right, cool. It happens, you know. You gotta build it up, you know, tease it, and say, will they, won't they? I get it, right? Time has passed, right? Moving forward. Then she starts to realize, hey, do I like him? That's kind of, I'm starting to feel a little certain way. And you know what she does? She doesn't, you know, act on it. She doesn't, you know, talk to him about it. She ghosts him for months. Not you are in love with somebody and you do not speak to them at all for months. It's kind of like whatever. It's manga. He starts to get depression. You know, time passed. Yada yada yada. We're here. Now, the part where people are so mad about, he gets rejected again. 2 rejections in a romance anime is kind of like a sentence to, you know, start moving forward, start picking different characters around you. Like, that doesn't really happen too often, to be honest. Like, if it does happen, it happens like back to back early on in the show, and then the rest of the show is building up to that. We're 300, like I said before, we're 380 chapters in. What is the plan here? Anyway. The problem people have, there's a reasoning behind why she rejected. See, up to this point, she'd be getting pretty serious, right? Asking very serious questions, you know, about love and future, marriage, couple, stuff like that. Like, she starts asking some really hard-hitting questions. Where you start to go, okay, maybe this is where we're leading somewhere. Thank you. We're moving forward. Thank you. Yeah, we're moving forward. Now, she starts making nonsense. And her reasoning for rejecting him for the second time is, quote, "But considering my current lifestyle, my work, and everything else, I just don't think this is something I can jump into right now." Mind you, her job is to be a girlfriend. This isn't some, you know, I'm a doctor, or I'm a nurse, I'm a lawyer, or I'm a president or something, or a mayor. Like, no, it's to be a girlfriend, which means you can spend money for her to be your pretend girlfriend, and that is stopping her from getting that just doesn't make sense. Nothing about this story makes sense, but this really doesn't make sense. You're choosing that over your emotions. That doesn't make sense to me at all. So to break it all down for y'all as to why everybody hates this chapter in specific so much: 380 chapters, slow plot development, nonsensical plot development, like, anyway, nonsense. And I didn't even mention this part, but the author has this very, very, very weird obsession with his own character. Like, it's kind of like, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm not even gonna look this up. I don't want this on my search history. But if I'm remembering correctly, didn't he marry her or something like that, or like date her, or I don't know. It's something like that. I just know he has a very, very, very obsessive relationship with his own creation. Kind of crazy. But hey, that's the chapter. My thoughts on it. Let me know yours in the comments. See ya.